everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to see how to generate and export contour in Global Mapper. If you've been following along, in our previous videos, we created a digital elevation model, or DM, from a Google Earth polygon, downloaded terrain data, and even exported it for field use. Today we're moving forward to something every mapper needs. We're going to generate contour lines in Global Mapper using two different data. First, we'll create contours directly from a DM, and then we'll do the same using survey point data, like those collected from a total station or GPS. And at the end, we'll export them both to AutoCAD for print layouts and to KMZ for field navigation. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. First, let's load our data. On this stage, we open both our DM and our point data inside Global Mapper. Let's go to File, Open Data Files, and bring our DM. As you see on this screen, when we open the DM, it loads directly because it already knows its coordinate source location, usually from WGS84 by default. Now, for the point data, saved already format, let's go to File, Open Data Files, again, and open it. But this moment, for the elevation point data, we have to manually define the projection system. So a dialog box appears immediately, unlike the previous processes. Toggle the checkbox Select Point Only, or All Features are Points. ID, then choose the XYZ or YXZ order of your Excel points accordingly. And then leave the fields and ROS to skip, both to 0 if your data has no text headings and point number columns or other texts respectively. Accept the rest as defaults and click OK. In the coming dialog box, in the projection dialog, I'll choose UTM and then select the correct zone, like Zone 36 or Zone 37, depending on my data location. Also set your correct datum according to your country's grid, and in my case it is Adindan. All the projection parameters are usually found from your national mapping agencies. And again, if you still don't know the zone of your data, here's a quick way to find it. Open Google Earth, go to the View menu, and toggle the grid checkbox on. Then search for your estimated project location in the search box. You'll see your area name falls inside a specific UTM zone, like 36 or 37, and you'll also notice whether it's in the northern or southern hemisphere, depending on which side of the equator you are. Once you confirm that, come back to Global Mapper and select that exact UTM zone. Then I'll set the datum and click OK to open it. After both files are loaded, we can change our coordinate display from geographic, latitude, longitude, to UTM metric by going to the Configuration menu, Projection tab, UTM, and selecting the same datum, for example, Adindan. Then click Apply, and the map refreshes in the correct coordinate system. Now both your DM and your point data are perfectly aligned. After we have made our DM ready, let's create contours from it. Now that the DM is open and ready, let's generate the contours. I'll go up to Analysis, Generate Contours. I'll make sure my DM layer is selected as the source. Then I'll set the contour interval. This defines how far apart each contour line is vertically. For this area, I'll use 50 meters. It gives just the right amount of detail without overcrowding the map. Now I'll click OK, and as you see on this screen, Global Mapper instantly generates clean contour lines over the entire surface. Then we are going to create contours from our point data. Now let's do the same process, but using point data instead of a DM. This method is great when your elevation information comes from total station or GPS survey points. I'll select the point layer in the control center, then go to Analysis, create elevation grid from 3D points. That command builds a surface, like a DM, out of your measured points. Once the grid is ready, I'll go again to Analysis, Generate Contours, choose that new grid, and now set 2-meter interval. Then I'll click OK, and there we have it. Contour lines created directly from our survey data. By the way, This is especially useful for construction or small site mapping where you don't have a full DM yet. The next move is then we are going to export the contours to AutoCAD for print layout. Now, let's send these contours to AutoCAD, where we can make detailed plots or plans. I'll go to File, Export, Export Vector Format, AutoCAD DXF, or DWG. In the export settings, I'll choose only the contour layer to include. Under Export Bounds, I'll select Loaded Data, so only what's on screen gets exported. Next, I'll make sure the coordinate system matches my project, usually UTM or a local grid. Then I'll click OK, give the file a name, and Global Mapper exports it as a DXF. As you see on this screen, when I open it in AutoCAD, the contour lines appear perfectly. The next move is to export the contours to KMZ for field navigation. Now, let's make the same contour data available in the field. I'll go again to File, Export, Export Vector Format, Google Earth KML KMZ, and choose KMZ as the format. By the way, KMZ is just a compressed version of KML, which opens easily on Google Earth and Backcountry Navigator. I'll save it as contours_field.kmz. Click OK, and Global Mapper does the export. Now, when I open it in Google Earth, the contour lines appear smoothly draped over the satellite image. You can zoom, tilt, and even fly through the terrain. It's a perfect way to visualize elevation in the field. And that's it. We've generated contours in Global Mapper, both from a DM and from survey points, then exported them to AutoCAD for printing and KMZ for field navigation. By the way, mastering these two contour techniques will make you ready for any terrain workflow, whether it's for design, construction, or field mapping. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in the next one.